recording.
Yay!
Hello. Yay. Hello, Jennifer. Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much for joining. I'm very excited to bring this show together, providing support and inspiration and helping our community of people to take action in having a fit life, focused, intentional transformation on a daily basis, and supporting heart health in particular. We're talking about heart health because it's a passion of yours, actually, and I just love what you're doing. And you are a certified RN, or actually, why don't you give me a little bit more details about your background with RN, and you specialize in the ICU, or just share with me where you're coming from.
Yay. Well, I have been a nurse for 19 years. I had to count that up. I can't remember. I am a certified ICU nurse. I've been working in ICU for the last 12, 14 years, and that's my passion because I love helping people. I love helping people. I love saving lives, and that's what I feel like I was called to do, is save more lives. But I later on learned as a nurse that, we can make a bigger impact on teaching people about nutrition and not to need medications. Although medications are an important aspect of health at some point, there's some people that need it, don't get me wrong, but food can help improve and help with your health a lot better than what most people think. So I just want to bring awareness on signs and symptoms of a heart attack. And also, Michelle, you share your story about nutrition and the impact that it makes. But I just want to start with a little bit of stats at first, and then share a story with you. The biggest cause of death in the United States is heart disease. It is the number one silent killer that no one knows they have. They can live with heart disease for 40 years and not even have the first symptom. But the stats say that 50% of people die with their first sign of heart attack, and that's bad. I think prevention is the key to ever preventing it to occur. But men and women are different when they have heart attacks, and we all have them. That they say men die with heart attacks more than women, but that's not true now. Men and women are equal. And I think, in my personal opinion, doctors are waiting way too long to start teaching people about prevention, and they just want to treat the symptoms. So when you come into the doctor's office, they first screen you for when you get menopausal. When you start having menopause, that's when they start screening you. But now we're seeing women are getting younger and younger, dying with a heart attack. So it's way too late. And I had a 40-year-old woman. She came in with a heart attack, and she was in tears. She was to the point to where she could never do any kind of daily activity because of this heart attack. It left her heart very weak, and she couldn't work anymore. And she sat there and she told me, she said, if I had known about food and prevention, this would have never happened. But no one has ever shared with me on how to eat. And I thought being skinny was the key of being healthy. And she was skinny. She was 140 pounds. She looked great. She was pretty on the outside, but on the inside, her body was just raving with inflammation and with high cholesterol. And then she became a diabetic as well, all because of what she ate. And she also was a smoker, and she knew smoking was bad for you, but never did know about diet. And she asked me, she said, now the only thing I can do is probably sit at home and not have a productive life. And we need more of you to share about how to prevent these from happening. And that was an eye-opener for me, because as a nurse, I sit at the bedside every single day watching people pass away from preventable diseases. And I knew that there was a bigger reason why I could do this, that I could share with how to eat healthier. So that's why we're coming to you, is because we're passionate about prevention. We're passionate about, it's too late when you die of a heart attack. It's too late. We need to start preventing it when you're young and teaching you how to eat. So a little bit of difference on women. Women tend to experience, women have, let me scratch back, but women have a higher pain tolerance. I know it's crazy, but most women do, because they give childbirth and they usually like ignore their symptoms. They're having some chest pain and they'll say, oh, it'll go away. And then later on, they end up having a major heart attack. But men, the first sign of a heart attack, they start having left arm pain, they start having chest pressure, maybe going to their jaw, and they're immediately to the hospital because they know it's different. So men are different because they don't delay it. And women describe their pain differently because it's more like pressure or tightness in the chest. They may even have some pressure or tightness or even pain in the back of their back, between their scapulas, or the center of their back, or some abdominal pain. A lot of people describe it as an elephant sitting on their chest. And sometimes that just radiates to the arm. So women get nauseated and get sick at their stomach, and they just think, oh, I may have a virus. So we are caretakers. So women are more apt to take care of other people than they are themselves. So just let themselves go. So all these ominous signs still needs to be treated. Just remember that time is muscle. The longer that you wait, the more muscle is wasted. And what it means basically is you're having a larger heart attack. The heart attack can spread the rest of your muscle of your heart. And once your muscle is dead, there's nothing we can do to prevent that. Yeah. I kind of went out. So although people know the signs and symptoms of a heart attack, the best way is prevention. And things like exercising, just moving your body 30 minutes a day, eating healthy. I prefer eating a more of a plant-based diet. And Michelle can definitely talk to you about that. And then, start looking at about, if you have high blood pressure, start looking at ways to reduce that. Medication's great, but you got to keep a hand on it. You got to look at your cholesterol, look at your high blood pressure, because all of those are heart disease related. When your blood pressure's up, then you have heart disease. Because yes. So that is huge difference. So start looking at ways to prevent it. Start looking at ways to keep it from your blood pressure from getting high, because be proactive in your health. And Michelle has been teaching nutrition for the last 15 years, and her specialty isn't about prevention. And she's very proactive about her health. She's so I can't wait for her to share on how to reduce our risk of heart disease and even cancer, because both of those can go hand in hand.
Yes, exactly. So just a couple questions here for you. Just back to this, I'm always fascinated and like to learn more about how the body works. And so when it comes to our heart muscle, which is like the center of our being in so many ways, right? I mean, our whole cardiovascular system supports our ability to live, but the heart muscle in particular is different than other organs, because it's the muscle which once it's been attacked, the muscle is not repairable. Is that correct? Like once it's dead, it's dead. Yes. Right? Yes. So then you're functioning with less heart muscle if you've survived the heart attack.
Yes. Your heart has two aspects to it. You have the pump, which is the muscle, and then you have the electrical activity of the heart. And sometimes the electrical activity can be scarred, or the pump itself, the muscle part can die. So it varies from person to person of what happens with the heart attack and where it happens. Sorry, I got a call. So that is the difference. Some people have rhythm differences from a heart attack, and some people have muscle issues where they're not able to pump blood out to the rest of their body. The left side of the heart is damaged. Even the right side of the heart can be damaged. So it just varies on part of where you have your heart attack at.
Okay, so when it comes to like working into how when we're nourishing our body and with hydration and with whole food nutrition, and eating the right foods versus the not right foods, the bad food, really, like the high cholesterol processed foods and all that, the way our blood flow works and the constriction of our arteries also plays a big role in how our heart functions. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So when I'm teaching and encouraging a healthy, nourishing plan through whole food nutrition, then, you know, I want us to share that element. And by the way, just like a little side note down, this is just, you know, kind of a flowy conversation that we're sharing with you. Jennifer and I have become friends through what we both encourage people to consider, and that is a whole food nutritional product. It's plant powder in a capsule, and so that's how we are on the same note here, though our backgrounds are different. And so it makes me just super happy to have a professional friend who's a professional in the field of heart medicine from a medical perspective, because for me it's like the opportunity for me to learn, but I want to share this with you all. You know, if you're watching this video, this is important for all of us. It's an important message for us to also share with our loved ones. So, you know, if you find value in this, please continue to listen, and also please share this with others and let us know how we can help you. But back to how the arteries constrict when we're eating unhealthy foods, right? And put pressure on, or like blood flow constraints, right, to the heart muscles. So can you explain a little bit of that, like how the high cholesterol foods and that kind of thing, you know, just is not beneficial to the body and heart?
Yes. So a lot of times I have people that come in, younger people, maybe even older, depends. They come in with a heart attack, and it's sometimes around Christmas or Thanksgiving, or maybe if they eat at McDonald's some fattening food. So what happens after they eat it,
Any fast food,
any kind of fast food, it doesn't matter. They come in with a heart attack, but they have no blockages. So what's happening is their arteries are, they're supposed to stay open. I don't know if you can see my hand, but they're supposed to stay, let's see here. They're supposed to stay open like this, blood flow flowing in the heart to the rest of the heart. And what happens is the fat causes inflammation. It causes the arteries to constrict like this. So it shuts off blood supply to the heart. And when you get lacking blood supply to the heart, it lacks oxygen. So part of your heart muscle is dying. So the blood vessel has to open back up, but sometimes it may just sit there and quiver and, you know, stop blood supply to the heart, so that you have a heart attack. It varies person to person on how large the heart attack can be, because it just varies. But some people, the artery can stay constricted for a minute or two. It just depends on what's going on in their body. Sometimes eating a high-fat meal over time, maybe 20, 30 years, plaque can build up into the arteries. Plaque is this stiff stuff of cholesterol that collects there. And what happens is they're now finding out it's not the cholesterol, it's inflammation that's causing it. So what happens, the body, once it gets inflamed after eating these high-fat meals, it gets raw, kind of like when you skin your knee and it gets a little raw, you know. So your body wants to protect it, so it makes cholesterol to coat that area of the artery and to protect it. And the inflammation, and then it builds up the cholesterol on top of that. So over time, the plaque just keeps building, getting thicker and thicker, and then it shuts off blood supply to the heart. Maybe just a narrowing of the heart artery, and it's just enough for the artery to clamp down, and then, or sometimes that plaque can break off, and go to the heart or to the brain, causing a stroke. That's just what happens. But they know that heart attacks are caused by inflammation. And we all know that inflammation can be reduced by eating more fruits and vegetables. That's what God gives us. Our body is made by God. And I don't know if anyone believes in God, but I do. And I know that He made our bodies to eat more fruits and vegetables. And that's what we're programmed to do. And we eat more fruits and vegetables, you know, it helps decrease our inflammation. And we know also every chronic disease is inflammation based, like diabetes, autoimmune, cancer, all of that. So if we can reduce our inflammation by eating tons of plants and eating the plant-based capsules, you know, it helps reduce our risk of heart disease and cancer and autoimmune diabetes.
Right.
Does that help? Am I explaining it too much?
Yes, no,
So, yeah.
actually, I think the explanation is really helpful. And I want to kind of go back to what you said, where the plaque can build up and break off and cause stroke, because stroke is part of heart disease too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
stroke can cause a brain malfunction, like you mentioned, and, you know, and like our entire system to not function properly. And so that's super important also, that we're talking, like, it's the whole picture really, you know, and to like what you're saying, it's all connected: diabetes, autoimmune disease,
Mm-hmm.
all the diseases really, right? So, and the good news is, like you said, God created fruits and vegetables, whole food nutrition, and foods from the earth that will replenish and help repair and heal our bodies, right? So just like what you're saying, and I'm kind of just getting the picture, like, I think, you know, like, okay, two things that I have going through my mind. One is from the medical field, you know, and just prescribing blood pressure meds and cholesterol meds and that whole thing. There's a time and a place for medicine. I agree with you on that. But then on the other hand, it's like we can help our bodies heal, to reduce, if someone is taking a medication to the point that they can actually come off of the medication.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? If
Yes.
they've got the right nutrition going in their body.
Yes, it's amazing what, you know, I'm sure you've seen this as well, because you've taught nutrition for the last 15 years, and I would love for you to share some of your stories about what you've seen with just teaching people heart healthy diet, or what nutrition plan you have them on. I'm not really sure, but we all know that plant-based diets reduces your risk of stroke and heart attack significantly. You know, they say, is it you add one extra serving of fruits and vegetables can reduce your risk of heart attack and cancer by how much percentage? Is it 30%? One extra serving. So yeah. So how many servings are we supposed to eat every day?
We should be eating 7. Is it 9 to 13? It's 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables daily. But if you're an athlete, then it increases up to like 20 servings, or I forget the numbers off the top of my head, but it's a lot. And not necessarily is it just like a professional athlete that we're talking about. If you just do workout, you know, if you are out and you're active, which is part of the whole picture in having a healthy system, having good blood flow through the heart and good heart health and body health, it would be not only the nutrition element, but also the exercise element. And like you mentioned that, you know, when we first started chatting here, 30 minutes a day minimum, you want to get your body moving, and oxygen flowing through your blood, right? So,
yes.
So it's almost impossible for all of us to eat that many servings of fruits and vegetables a day. I mean, I know I've tried to do the juicing, and, you know, as I am a certified nutritionist, I have been doing this for a long time and providing nutritional support to my clients and community in different ways, through personal plans and also group plan, and also just, you know, guidance and inspiration to try some of my healthy recipes or whatever, and that are always all nourishing, along with the plant powders that I recommend, as you do. But back to the whole like juicing thing and smoothies and salads and, you know, sautés and all of that stuff. First of all, our system, so when we, you know, our environment and across America, unfortunately, has been depleted of quality nutrients in the soil. So it's kind of, you know, it's unfortunate, because when we go to the grocery store and we're buying fruits and vegetables, produce, typically if it's not farmers market style or we're not growing it ourselves, it might not be as nutritionally beneficial as something that we've grown or that is from a local farmer, right? Just because the minerals are depleted. So anyway, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm like, I got all these thoughts going on. I'm like thinking about juicing, and I'm thinking about smoothies and the environment and all this stuff. But the cool thing is that when we do take a proactive approach to kind of putting a system in place, and I mean, we're both professionals in our own right, and we are both recommending an outstanding product that comes from, you know, just it's a culmination of science-based, synergistically working together, whole food nutrition, plant powder, and a capsule form, which is super awesome because it provides the foundational source of nutrients from over 30 combined whole foods, right? So it gives to me, the way I look at it for my own personal approach is it's like, it's kind of like a daily insurance. It's like I have to have my capsule, my daily nutrition through my capsules, because it's like, you know, this good stuff. And, you know, just, I feel better. I feel nourished when I take my capsules. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I have, what really was the catalyst to help me change my eating habits was in 2010, I was diagnosed with a crippling autoimmune disorder. I was having severe joint pain. My hair was falling out, severe periodontal disease. I mean, I couldn't walk to the kitchen, couldn't grip a glass of water, constant knee pain. The pain was unreal. I was taking Mobic, ibuprofen, and Tylenol, gorging myself full of anti-inflammatories, but yet finding out that it was hurting my kidneys and it was causing me to have stomach issues, bleeding. I wasn't bleeding yet, but I was having a stomach ulcer because it would hurt constantly from all the things I was putting in my body, thinking, oh, this reduced my inflammation, it's going to be great. But it was causing stomach ulcers and a bunch of other things and kidney issues. So I knew that wasn't the way. And when I was introduced to this amazing plant-based capsule, it's, you know, and what I loved about it was because it's backed up by, you know, over 30 years of research, and it was published in peer-reviewed medical journals. And as a nurse, that really, really got me to thinking, okay. And they published one about the heartland, and it talked about reducing vasoconstriction, which we just talked about. Mm-hmm. It reduces it by 99.9%. I said, holy cow, this is huge in you know, in the medical field, because we can really save a lot of lives with this. Yeah. And if we can reduce vasoconstriction, we're reducing a lot of stuff here. And I started taking it, and over a year I began walking 2 miles. I got off all my anti-inflammatories, my Mobic, even I was probably reduced down to Tylenol, maybe, you know, once a day. And then fast forward 6 years later, I'm like actually running half marathons. I'm a gym rat. I ran 5 miles this morning, and I run 5 miles every day. But I'm saying it's amazing. My hair's growing. My skin is healthier than it ever has been. I'm 41. And I feel more amazing than I ever have been. But it was a catalyst. You know, I started thinking, well, if I can reduce my pain by 60% a year later, then I can completely reduce it by 100%. So I just went completely on what we call the shred diet and started reducing the inflammation by eating more whole foods, and just started flooding my body with more fruits and vegetables. Started even going to these juice bars and drinking juices because I wanted to be pain free. I didn't want to be on a prescription medicine. Even my blood pressure before that was going up, and I didn't want to be on blood pressure medicines. I didn't want to be like my patients. So I just started experimenting with what I can do, and I just started seeing huge changes in my health, changing my lifestyle, my diet over 5 years. It's been a 5-year progress. Now there's still things I haven't given up, don't get me wrong, but I'm, you know, completely pain free. I may have a relapse of pain maybe once a year. Rarely ever get sick. No more sinus infections in over 3 years. And it's been a life changer for our family. You know, my daughter complained of constipation. We were on Miralax. I mean, Miralax causes seizures over time. We've been on it for a long time, and she's off of that. And she had migraines. It's reduced her migraines maybe once a year, maybe every 6 months. It just varies. But, you know, it's been huge. It's been a huge catalyst for change. Even my children are eating more fruits and vegetables. I ate a salad yesterday, which is a big deal. That's just because of the nutrients we're getting from those. So, and they're drinking more water. They're reducing they don't drink any Cokes anymore. So that's just what it's done for us. And we're just ever grateful for what we do. And and how we can impact people's lives, because we're here truly to impact people's life and make a difference.
Yeah.
And it's not about, selling or trying to get you on a product. It's about seeing, what can I do to change my lifestyle? What can I do to if you're just drinking enough water, drink your your weight, how's it say? Drink your body weight half in water. So drink, if you weigh 100 pounds, you want to drink 50 ounces of water every day.
Right.
And if it's just to add more fruits and vegetables to your diet, that's all you need to do. It's whatever you want to do, whenever you choose, what's more convenient for you. But we're here to inspire and to encourage you to eat more healthier, and know that, heart disease is reversible, because I've seen it with leading doctors all over the world where they're reversing heart disease, and it's huge. I've never seen it happen until I went to a symposium last year, and it was just wickedly crazy to see what the diet that they had them on. It was plant-based diet, and they reversed that completely. And, seeing cancer, maybe help them live a better quality of life, or maybe, some, if it's in the first stage, some of them are really reversing their cancer. I've seen a girl I met a girl, actually, and she'll probably hear this, but she reversed her cancer. She's a 10-year breast cancer survivor. It metastasized to her lung. Wow. And she started just being proactive about her health, having a plant-based diet, and reversed her cancer. Wow. And that's a big difference. So just because of that. So that's powerful. And just know that you can be proactive about your health, and you can change who you are. You can change what you eat, because that's so easy. And, if you smoke, stop smoking, because smoking leads to all kinds of health issues all over the body, because it increases your inflammation and it increases your aging process. So, smoking is bad for you. And if you can, reduce it or stop it. And also just start eating more healthier. That's all we encourage you to do.
Absolutely. I mean, you summed it up so great. It's like, as you're giving a little bit about your personal, years of experience and where you're coming from, and just, the unhealthier body that you were living in. Mm-hmm. It reminds me, it has been over 15 years of a more healthful journey for me. And I thought that I was living healthy before I started down this path, and I didn't realize, I always say, I didn't know what I didn't know. Mm-hmm. Right. So, and I too have had many different situations. I had, I had adult acne, where cystic acne was a complete issue. And every now and then I will experience a little flare up, but actually it's been like over a year now since my last time, but that was just through a really intense, stressful time in my life. Mm-hmm. I'm human, and, life happens and stuff. So I know that stress is a trigger. We didn't talk much about stress, but stress mm-hmm. is really important to this whole picture as well. But that's something that I teach in the wellness program when I work with my clients, and just how do we reduce the stress, and how do we create an environment and a lifestyle that is supporting a healthy way, and so it's like what we're doing, what we're putting in our body, how we're moving our body, how we are living within our life, every mm-hmm. single day, so that it's all in support of a healthier body, right? So yes. Have a high stress situation that you're living with, then take a look at how you can make some shifts in your environment to really calm down, and be in a more nourishing place, so that your body gets that, you want to bring down the cortisol, right? It's like, yeah. We want to make sure that our cortisol levels are not increasing, because that too plays a part of everything we've been talking about, right?
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So anyway, as you summed it up, this is all to inspire you to take action in your life, to live a healthier life. We hope that this has been informative in some way, and a reminder to you, just the signs and symptoms of heart disease, heart attack, stroke, but whether you're a man or a woman, either way, it's like, just if this has resonated with you, then please share it with somebody that you care about. And also we would like just to invite you to take action by connecting with us personally. And if you have any questions or would like some guidance and support and want to know what we are teaching our clients and community of people to do, then please reach out to us, because we're happy to share what we have, the resources that we have. And I do have, as I have a wellness program and simple way for you to take steps, and so does Jennifer. We both do. So we just want to invite you to come connect with us, and hit the message, like private message us right away, and we will be in touch to set up a time to chat with you personally and provide you with some personalized guidance and support. And we want to thank you for joining us. Hopefully you have listened all the way through. We would love to hear your comments. And so if you do have any questions or comments or would like to, set up a time to personally chat, let us know. But thank you for your time. And Jennifer, thanks for joining me here. I appreciate you so much, and so glad you're out in Tennessee. I am in San Diego, California. So
thank you for sharing. I really appreciate you and what you offered. And there's so much that that I don't know, and I can't wait to connect again, because I only know just half.
Well, and likewise, we'll continue this conversation. I would love to just continue, and we'll continue to provide a series of information and continue to promote healthier lives all across the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.
Okay. Now is always the best time to live your healthiest life. So do something about it, and we will be in touch soon. Thanks for joining.